Welcome to Interlinear Part 3 video. Now, in this training video, we're going to look at the menus, that is at the top right. So let's begin by going here to the top right, and let's click on the three vertical dots, also known as the stoplight menu. Now think of this as an options menu. It shows you what additional options you have connected to this particular resource. Now at the top, we have the small a and big A. And by dragging it to the left, you can see the biblical text shrinks, and dragging it to the right, your text enlarges. Now, in the PC version, you can see right here these two larger lines. This is the default setting, which means when the slider is placed here and you change the font size for all the books in your Logos program, if you're in the default position, it'll change. As soon as you move off the default position, now your book is customized, and any change you make to the whole program will not be affected by this particular book. Unfortunately, in the Mac, it doesn't have that, so you kind of have to figure out where it is by opening up another book and see where those number lines are. Now, Find in this panel is simply a way of quickly searching the content of the book. If I click that, you can see the Find window has just opened up here, and now I can search the surface text, which means if I type in, let's say, punctuation like an exclamation point, it'll look for that. To close the Find window, just click the X located right here, and that'll close the window. I'm going to go back to the three dots. Next, you have the link set. Notice there's 6 links and none. This comes in handy when you're trying to link, let's say, a commentary in a Bible. The linking actually is linking this information right in here. This is the reference box. Now, in this case, I have a Bible reference. So if I open up another book, let's say the MacArthur Study Bible, and its reference box is also a Bible verse, then I can link both of these up by clicking on the three dots, stoplight menu, and choose Link Set A again. Now, where one goes, the other will follow. So if I type in John 3:16 and choose John 3:16 from the menu, you will now see my MacArthur Study Bible navigate to John 3:16 automatically. This is a wonderful feature, and keep in mind it's all based on the specific information located here. So if you're trying to link, let's say, a Greek dictionary, and there's a Greek word in here, then the other book must have a Greek word. Or if you're linking up Bible dictionaries based on articles, let's say Aaron, then make sure the article that says here Aaron, the other book you're linking to also has Aaron. So you can go up to 6 different links. Very handy. Let me go ahead and click the X to close the MacArthur Study Bible. Let's go back to the stoplight menu and choose None to turn that off. Notice the A is no longer there on the tab. Let's click the stoplight menu again. Let's choose Clear All Links. And you can see that that not only removes the A here, but if you had A on any other book, all the books open in your layout would have the links removed. So the None allows you to change the individual link, where Clear All gets all links for all books in your workspace. The Send Hyperlinks here is a really powerful feature, and it allows you to direct your links to a specific book. So let's go ahead and open up a commentary. I'm going to open up the Bible Knowledge Commentary. Now, let's say I have my preferred Bible, New American Standard, and I also have the New King James Version. Now, as I'm reading through my commentary, I see a passage, Romans 8:3. With the Send Hyperlinks feature enabled, that target icon on the tab, if I click Romans 8:3, then only that resource will move. Notice now I can keep my Bible in the same place. This is really helpful, especially when you've got more than one Bible open. You want to keep one Bible at a particular passage, but have another Bible to jump around. Or you can target a book. So for example, let's say I have the New Bible Commentary here. I'm going to click the stoplight menu and choose Send Hyperlinks here. Now if I click, let's say, John 1:14, you'll see my New Bible Commentary goes there. But you'll notice that the New American Standard did not go there. So what's going on? Well, if I click the link again, now the New American Standard moves. Although you can send hyperlinks here to more than one book, the only book that will be impacted is the one that has the focus or that's opened. So if I click again on 1 John 4:9, the New American Standard changes, but my New Bible Commentary does not. Now that it has the focus, I can click on 1 John 4:9, and now the New Bible Commentary is there. So keep that in mind, that only one target will actually be utilized. Let me go ahead and click the X on these resources to close them down. Let's click on the stoplight menu and click Send Hyperlinks here to turn off that feature. Notice the icon has been removed from the Book tab. Let's click the stoplight menu again, and let's click on Information. Now, information is real handy because it gives you all the information about your book, the title, and notice you have two pencil icons or two editable. You can change the title of the book as well as the book abbreviation. This can be really handy. For example, if you have multiple editions and you want to put in the title, second edition, or just put the year in parentheses. The book abbreviation is real handy, especially if you use a book frequently and you want to type in the book abbreviation to open the resource. So if I were to type in NASB 95, if I type in NASB 95 in the command box, you'll see that it now gives me the resources open option to that resource. So I don't recommend changing this unless you really frequently use a book and you want to use a specific code for that. You can also see how much you've read on the book. You can also see people how they've rated the book, various tags which you can add, and these tags are searchable. There's also these built-in tags that Logos has added as well, and you can now create a reading plan from that resource. So if we click Start Reading Plan, you'll see that the reading plan window will open up at the left, and now we can begin to make those setting changes. Just real handy. Let's go ahead and click the X to close this window. You now can share the book with others using Faith Life, Facebook, Twitter, or even email. You can also click Learn More About It, and that'll take you to the Logos store. For those of you who are in school, you can control the citation at the book level. Notice mine is set to Turabian, and now I can see the bibliographic information, and I can click Copy and paste that into my Word document. This format is for the bibliography. This is not the format for footnotes and citations. Scrolling down, we have the copyright giving you information there, and in this case, the rules and permission to quote. Next, we have the reverse interlinear. Now, in some cases, this is additional information about the book, other connected copyrights to the book. Now, if you see a collapsed triangle, just click the triangle and that will expand it. Under devices, you can control if the book automatically downloads on a particular resource. Here's my various resources, and now we can see where they're connected. Series is a wonderful feature that will allow you to connect two different books. For example, think of your commentary series. You have 66 books in the Bible. You could essentially create 66 commentaries, link them all together. You really use the set series when you have books that don't overlap the same reference. So for example, in a commentary series, you have 66 books. Each commentary represents one book of the Bible. They don't overlap one another. That's a good use of the series. Another example would be to link your Hebrew Old Testament Bible with a Greek New Testament Bible. The key to using this feature is to click Set Series, then put in a label that you would use for both. So here we have the New American Standard, and I put in BHS minus NA27. So let me demonstrate. I'm going to click on my library icon and put in the NA28. You may have the NA27 or UBS Greek. Any Greek Bible will suffice. I'm going to click on the Nestle Align Greek New Testament. I'm going to click on the stoplight menu for this resource and click on Information. I'm going to scroll down to the series section, and you can see I have BHS2-NA28. Now, I'm going to click Done. I'm going to put in Genesis 1:1 for my verse range. As soon as I press Enter, you'll see that the BHS version 2 has automatically opened up. And if we click the stoplight menu there, and again click Information on the menu, scroll down to the series, you can see the same code there. So understand that you must use the same code, and it must be books that do not overlap, Old Testament, New Testament, or commentary series. That's the most frequently used application for this feature. Let me go ahead and click on the X to close this down. Now, collections is pretty interesting. It shows you all the collections that this Bible is included. And as you can see, quite a few. Let's click on collections to collapse that. Now, indexes is important to let you understand what is indexed. In this case, the Bible. The best way to explain this feature is to demonstrate it. So let me go ahead and open up another Bible. And the index is referring to this box right here. So since the Bible has only one index, Bible verse, you would expect to find Bible verses in this index box. But let me open up another resource called the Enhanced Strong's Lexicon and click that title to open the resource. Once again, we'll click the stoplight menu at the top right, then click Information and scroll down to Indexes. Now look at this. There is a number of indexes listed here. GK numbers, Greek and Hebrew, Strong's numbers, Greek and Hebrew, Theological Dictionary, Theological Word Book, Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek headwords. So how does this play out? Well, let me go ahead and make a clone of this resource by right-clicking on the tab and choosing Duplicate. Let me left-click on that book, drag it to the left. Now I'm going to click in the index box, again, located right here. And when I click on it, what do I see? Well, I see quite a bit of information. There is the Theological Dictionary New Testament. There's Strong's Greek number. There is the Greek GK number. And then the actual Greek headword. So indexes tells you what information appears in this index box. And remember, this is all searchable information as well. So each book has its own unique index, and the indexes are fully searchable. You can search for the Greek GK number 2466 across all your books. Let me demonstrate. Now I'm going to right-click on the headword right here, 2250, and technically I could right-click anywhere else in the article. Notice that the right-click menu appears, and I can see reference GK 2465. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to my search, and I'm going to search all resources. Notice that Logos is now searching my whole library for every place this GK number is cited. And that is very powerful. Now, why would you do something like this? Well, one, you can find more information on this particular Greek word in this case, but think of searching on indexing that allows you to see what others have said or commented on this information. Notice we have a lot of commentaries and Greek grammars and so forth. And if we click and expand, here we can see a little note here, practical word studies. The GK number is mentioned here. If we go to a commentary, we can see it's mentioned as well. So indexing not only helps you find out where you are, but also what you can search on. And this makes Logos very powerful. All right, let's go ahead and close the Strong's Lexicon by clicking on the X. Also the search engine, click on the X. The Enhanced Strong's Lexicon here, click on the X, and the Extra Bible at the left, we'll click on the X on the tab. Let's click and expand search fields. Now, these are additional search capabilities within a particular book, and they can change from book to book. Now, where do you normally see these? Well, you see these in the search engine. So I'm going to click here at the top left on the search icon. Then I'm going to click Bible, and then I'm going to click All Bible Text. You'll see that search fields is opened up, and I'm going to click the triangle to expand. Now, you'll see that surface text and words of Christ are there. And we can see those at the right as well, surface text, words of Christ. But notice we also have cross-reference, footnote text, heading text, large text, etc. So let me go to basic search engine, and I'm going to click on all resources and put the NASB 95 as the resource to search. There it is. Now I'm going to click all text and click and expand search fields. And now you can see how every field matches up. And this is really important to understand that when I search through the Bible search engine, I have fewer search capabilities. But when I search through the basic search engine, now I get access to all these search fields. So this is a very powerful feature. And if you want to know the search capabilities of a book, click on the information window, scroll down the search fields, and you can see that. Or simply select the book in the search engine, click on all text, and now you can click these. This can be really powerful. So for example, if I click on footnote text, notice that search field's automatically selected. And I want to search for a Bible verse, John 3:16. And I'm going to put those in brackets, less than sign, John 3:16, greater than sign, and press enter. Now I'm searching for John 3:16 only in my footnotes. Now, why would I do something like this? Well, if I want to know how John 3:16 is cited in other parts of the Bible, I can look at these passages right here. These are the footnotes that the New American Standard is using to cross-reference. And I'm searching those and those alone. And so we can see Genesis 22:2, Isaiah 9:6, etc. So this is a wonderful way to search Scripture in order to find other Scripture to help you interpret Scripture. And that's a wonderful feature in Logos. Let me go ahead and click the X to close this down, and I'll click the search fields to collapse the window. Now, under search field is the last section, support info. This is mostly for Logos support, but there's one feature that I do want to show you, and it's right here. Look for this Logos 4, and then look to the left of the dot, okay? Whatever is left of the dot, that is the book abbreviation by default. Again, you saw that at the top, but I want to let you know there's also one here. So if you change yours, and it's different than this one, whatever you change at the top will now be the default. But if you want to go back to the default, there it is. Let's go ahead and click Done and return to the Bible. Another feature is the navigational tools you have right here to the left of the stoplight menu. The left bracket and the right bracket let you move back and forward in your history. So if I float my mouse and click on this, notice I go back to John 1:14. If I click it again, Romans 8:3. And I can keep clicking it till I get to John 3:16, Daniel 7, and Daniel 8. Those were all the passages we were looking at today. Notice now the right bracket is available, and I can go back to those as well. Now, to the right of that is a triangle. It's called the panel history. And if you click on it, you can see all of the cross-references. And so you can use this as a jump list. Instead of going through each verse, you can just pick one from the list and go there right away. I love this feature, very handy. All right, that concludes Interlinear Part 3. Our next interlinear video is going to be all on the right-click menu.